Hello and very warm welcome to Sandhamn and the Gotland Runt 2025, the world's largest annual offshore sailing event. And we are here and giving you this pre-race update because the start is tomorrow afternoon. And we are broadcasting on YouTube and also here on stage at Sandhamn for you who are joining us here on the island. Louise, what's your expectations of this weekend event?
Well, first of all, I expect great weather for the start tomorrow, but then also we'll have good winds for the entire race and maybe a new record.
Yeah, we will talk about that more later on. The start is tomorrow. First one is at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and we'll have 8 starting groups in every quarter. So we'll have lots of sailing tomorrow, and of course we're broadcasting the start here on YouTube as well. But first, before we look in tomorrow's racing, we shall have a little look back on last year. We had a heavy wind in the start, and during the race the wind dropped. And in the finish we had 168 boats. But Louise, if we should look back, what's your best memories of last year's racing?
Well, with all these winds, we had a boat having some bit troubles, didn't actually finish, a boat we thought would finish very well. But with all these winds, important for the crew to stay calm and to talk to each other. But if the wind drops, still keep calm and talk to each other. Take a breath and think that we can do this.
Yeah, during these races, when we have these switching conditions, what is the tricky part for the crews?
I think the most tricky part might be if the wind shifts a lot between a lot of wind and light winds, because it's quite a different sort of energy on board, depending on the wind.
Yeah, and later on here we'll have more focus on the weather on this oncoming race. But last year the total winner overall was Chis 2 VO70, and in double-handed we had Totaleur, a figure of 3. But however, neither of these boats are competing tomorrow, but we have new boats to have in the top of the leaderboard. But the racing started already yesterday. We had a really nice race out through the archipelago, Eton Archipelago race, where the boats started in Saltsjöbaden and raced out here to Sandhamn. Was it a nice day yesterday?
Well, it was light. It was very, very light winds. The boats had a bit of struggle to get out from the archipelago. Beautiful, beautiful pictures, but I know that it was quite a frustration on board the boats. We could actually see how Black Jack actually made 14 knots.
The 100-foot boat, yeah?
Yes. Even though we had light winds, it actually made 14 knots. Quite impressive.
Yeah, and we shall have a look back on and with a video from yesterday's racing in Eton Archipelago race. What a nice race in Eton Archipelago race. If we have a look on the leaderboard, who was the winner of this race yesterday?
Both line honors and the total winner was Matador.
Yeah, what do you think about their chances tomorrow in the big race?
They're always great sailors. always impressive results, so I have big hopes for them.
We keep an eye on Matador, the winner of Eton Archipelago race, and right now we shall start to focus on out on the water today, because things are happening. What's happening out on the water right now, Louise?
Right now we do have the practice start, where we can try that everything will work for tomorrow, and the boats get a chance to actually feel on the waters as well.
Yeah, and out on the water we have our expert Stefan Rahm. Stefan, how is the feeling out on the water?
The feeling is great. I think that we have had a couple of boats starting on this practice start, at least training and preparing themselves for the first section of the race. And if we look for the preparation area, I mean, it's pretty empty compared to tomorrow. Yeah, I will be on with Kristina Viktander Broman, the race officer, here in a couple of minutes.
Thank you, Stefan. And yeah, we had this practice start, Louise, out there with some boats. How important is it for the competitors to do this practice start and try everything out?
Well, of course, it's important for them to try out the winds, try the waters, and know maybe where to position yourself when starting tomorrow.
Yeah, and some of them, many of them, have stayed in the harbor. We see it's pretty full here.
Yeah.
How do you think they think about staying in the harbor?
Maybe they're just comfortable for now. I'm not quite sure. I thought I would see more boats out on the waters, but maybe they're rigging or doing the extra tweaks for tomorrow. We don't know really.
Yeah, and they're doing their last preparations right now in the afternoon and evening. What type of preparations are important for them right now?
Well, preparations that are important for now is maybe checking that everything actually sits where it should be sitting. We had great winds yesterday night, and we actually saw a few sails set sail in the harbor, and we had quite a big group coming on board a boat helping them to take this sail down, and then make sure that every little screw and every little sail part is where it should be.
And eating, maybe?
Eating, yes,
body, yeah?
yes, and drinking water maybe,
yeah.
to not come too much of a seasickness, I think.
Yeah. We shall soon get back out on the water, but I think we should talk a little bit on the event out here on Sändningen, yes, because it's a lot of stuff happening, yes, here. Can you tell us about what can we do here as a guest of the event?
Well, as a guest of the event, you can try sailing. You can try to run smaller motorboats. We actually have a grinding position down here where you can try your muscles out. And of course, we have a lot of tents with our partners where you can get yourself some new gear or try out clothes and parts from partners.
And the UKSSS are hosting tryout sailing, so you can come out here and try to sail if you haven't done it before.
Actually, it is Svenska Sjö along with the Safety and Navigationsgruppen.
Yeah.
They have small sailboats here where you can try sailing.
So come out to Sandhamn, enjoy the event, try out sailing, and meet all our partners, and also enjoy what's happening on stage. Tomorrow we will broadcast the start of the Gotland Runt 2025. Now Stefan is ready out on the water, and we should go out and over to you, Stefan.
Yes, now I'm standing here with Kristina Viktander Broman, race officer. How was the practice start?
Very, very good. Everything is under control, and this is really where the magic is happening at the race course. I think we have the best view of everything that is happening here.
I'm pretty sure. I would like to stand here tomorrow because then you see from a different perspective. You're so high up here.
Yeah, we are. It's really, really amazing. No, but we have an amazing volunteer organization. I think we are maybe around 40 to 50 people that is making sure that everyone is having a smooth start and having a good experience out here. And we are all very, very prepared. Most of the organization is coming back from year to year. So it's really enjoyable to work here.
And compared to last year when you were standing here almost at the same spot, how was it feeling?
Yeah, so I think this year I'm feeling even more comfortable, but you should never be 100% comfortable because you need to be on the toes because everything can happen. So the matter of, doesn't matter how prepared you are, you need to take a very fast decision on this boat and everyone needs to be aligned. But I feel secure that I have a very professional team around me. So last year we were having very different wind prognosis.
Wind forecast.
Forecast, yes. Then we have this year. So this year is heavier, western, maybe a bit of Jennikers and Spinnakers and things like that. So we are preparing mentally for what that is all about here.
And there are some boats out here training. What are they doing?
So they are practicing to hit the starting line because, of course, if you have a Jenniker or a Spinnaker, that is not the normal starting procedure. So normally you're starting against the wind. So they need to practice a little bit more for this, and that could be challenging, especially if you have a lots of people on board and maybe a few newcomers and so on. So be on the toes, making sure that you have all the lines in the right places and who is taking the decision when.
And it's very calm here. It seems like no waves at all. So it's probably quite good for the spectators as well.
Yes, it is. So we are located in Gråskärsfjärden, and that is a very good location to be in because it's a wide area, and we can fit a lot of people, but it's still a bit of islands next to the sea. So we are protected from the large waves and things like that. And then making sure, of course, that we don't create waves with all the spectator boats and so on. So please come here, but take it easy and make sure that you smile and wave and have fun. Yeah, it will be spectacular. It will be an awesome start tomorrow.
But if you are a spectator and want to come out here to watch tomorrow, how can you sort of know where you could be?
Yeah, so we have on the KSSS and the Gotland Runt site, we have all kinds of information, but we have two areas on the water just after the starting line, so that is a fantastic view. So, but there are maps where you can see that, but you can also stand on the island of Sandhamn and you can see all the boats. So amazing, but also starting in the morning as well. Everyone will dock out from the harbor. That will also be nice to see.
Great. And if you have Skippo as a navigator app, it's visible there where you can put on a layer exactly where you can be.
Yeah, of course. So we are covered in all the medias, like here on YouTube, but you can also watch it on Skippo. But we also have Skärgårdsradion, so we have also the radio station here. So we are covered in all medias, and we're well prepared.
And there's one boat coming and training on the starting line. A little bit late for the start, maybe 15 minutes. But they're putting up the spinnaker at least.
Yeah, it's a second time they are actually practicing in here. So that's good. It's good to see that they are on their toes and trying to, see how it is, test the waters.
Thank you very much and good luck for tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you so much. All the best.
Thank you, Stefan and Kristina. And Victor Broman are race officer for Gotland Runt and the one who is responsible for the whole starting procedure and the race going on. And we shall now focus on this stage. A couple of hours ago, we had a really nice event here, a tribute to the ocean, where we had a lot of panel discussions and so on stage. And we shall start with having a look back on what's happened here just a couple of hours ago.
Jag heter Louise Kallenberg och jag är ordförande för She Captain som är ett nätverk som samlar 9000 kvinnor i Sverige som älskar att vara på havet men som vill utvecklas tillsammans med andra. Och jag är här för att prata om jämställdhet på sjön och hur vi kan få fler tjejer att ställa upp i de här racen. För är det någonting som vi vet så är det att tjejer älskar att tävla, de älskar att ha roligt, de älskar att utmana sig. Men vi behöver också skapa en arena för det. Så tillsammans med KSSS och Gotland Runt så har vi haft den här One More-kampanjen sedan förra året. Så det är därför jag är här. På frågan om hur många seglare som seglar i år som är tjejer så har jag hört alldeles färska siffror och det är 16%. Och det är ju fantastiskt för det betyder ju att vi har gått från 13 till 16 och året dessförinnan så tror jag att det var på 10. Så vi ser ju en trend. Det är ju fortfarande ganska få om man jämför med alla som är här. Men eftersom vi ser en förflyttning så ska vi vara väldigt, väldigt glada för det. Och jag tror att det betyder att det är många som återvänder, som fortsätter att segla och också som berättar för någon annan, hörru du, ska inte du följa med? Så det gör mig jätteglad. Så när du kommer hit och anmäler dig och din båt så får du en flagga. Och de flaggorna som du får när du har en kvinna ombord ser ut så här. Och det här är signalen för 1. Och det är därför som vi har valt den här flaggan, för det handlar ju om att ta ett steg. Så när vi har en mer kvinna ombord så har du gjort precis vad den här kampanjen frågar efter. Och det vi ser nu med de här 16% kvinnor som idag är med på Gotland Runt, det är ju att fler har fått den frågan och också har valt att tacka ja. Så det är vi jätteglada för. Och jag hoppas att den här flaggan får sitta kvar under hela säsongen. Så att när vi är ute i skärgården här i Stockholm så kommer vi se den här flaggan och kanske får man en fråga vad är det där för någonting och så kan vi börja berätta. För jag tror inte att det bara handlar om att vara med på ett race utan det handlar ju också om att få mer plats och ta mer plats ombord. Så med alla frågor som handlar om att byta eller bryta ett system eller ändra hur det ser ut så har man ju alltid målet om att den inte ska behövas och så har ju även vi. Vi hoppas ju att vi ska kunna finnas kvar som en organisation som ger mod och kraft och energi till de som behöver det. Och just nu så har vi ett stort engagemang för kvinnor och för att de behöver det sammanhanget där man kan växa och motiveras och ges möjligheterna, plattformarna att ta oss vidare. Bara i år har ju She Captains, våran egen organisation, bidragit till flera seglare här ute för att vi känner dem. Och jag tror att vi kommer komma till ett läge där den här flaggan inte kommer behövas för att vi känner varandra. För det är egentligen det handlar om. Man ska kunna finnas på samma listor som man ringer när man undrar, har du lust att ställa upp i tävlingen? Så självklart så hoppas vi att den här kampanjen ska fungerar så bra så att det är fullständigt naturligt att vi som tjejer är en del utav Race Village.
Yeah, that was Louise Kallenberg, the chairman of the organization She Captain, and she told us about their work together with KSSS to get more female sailors out on the water this week. And this year we have 16% of female sailors in the competitors. And they are working all year round to get more females out on water during this race with this campaign. One more, and we can see those flags on the boats. Those boats have one female sailor.
At least one female sailor. We have a few teams that are all female sailors, or where there actually will be more than one, of course. But the boats with this flag will have at least one woman on board. So an extra honor to those boats.
Yeah, and why is this one more? Why is it so important for you at KSSS?
It's a contribution that we are very proud of and very happy to be a part of. And of course, we do want more diversity in sailing, and that's why we do this.
And right now, we have a nice lunch going on. Can you tell us a bit more what's happening right now?
So last year we started with this one more lunch, a networking lunch for women in sailing. So everyone who is actually invited to sail here and is a woman is invited to this lunch as well. And it was a great day last year during this lunch, and of course we do it this year as well.
Yeah, and we have a look tomorrow during the start of the boats having this one more flag and cheer some extra for them out there. Right now, we shall focus on one of the competitors in the race tomorrow. It's the boat Groundbreaker. We'll see them on the starting line, and they are powered by Svenska Sjö and Skippo, two important partners to this race, and we will follow them during this race in the starting tomorrow and also during all the daily updates that we broadcast on YouTube. And right now we shall see a video that give us more info about their journey to get out on the starting line tomorrow.
Resan med Groundbreaker är en som många har följt och den har ju varit allt annat än spikrak. Förra året så fick vi tag på båten, då var den i ett sorgligt skick. Den var grundstött, hade stått på land i flera år och mot alla odds tog vi oss ändå till startlinjen i Gotland Runt. Men det gick inte riktigt hela vägen. Vi slutade i hårdvind uppe vid Svenska högarna. Då hade vi bland annat ett trasigt bommetal. Vi hade också en elektronik som inte fungerade. Ja, det var mycket som gick emot. Men i år så tar vi revansch. Vi har deltagit i North Sails Offshore Clinic. Vi har seglat Gullvivan, verkligen kommit ihop som ett team och fått hjälp av många duktiga, välmenande seglare som tycker att vi verkligen borde klara detta. I år är året vi tar revansch på Gotland Runt.
Yeah, that's Groundbreaker, one of the boats competing tomorrow, and you can follow them on social medias, of course, and also in our daily updates. We will update you on YouTube every day at 9 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. But now it's really time to focus on the race tomorrow, and then I welcome up on stage the meteorologist Måns Håkansson. You can stay here, and they tell me that first we should go out on the water, so you can wait here on stage a little bit, and we should go out on water to Stefan. Go on, Stefan.
Yes, hello, studio. We are on Ondine, a boat from Åland, and we have a skipper here, and who's practicing. So, what are you doing out here?
We are training for tomorrow. We are from Åbo, Finland, Turku, and we are racing third time in Gotland Runt, and we want to do it well tomorrow. That's why we are here now.
And now you're focusing on hoisting the spinner?
Yeah, we are rehearsing it a bit. It didn't go so well this second time. First was good. Now it's fine. Now it's fine. Look. It's really good now.
Yes, we have to have a look on a nice photo of the spinnaker. So, yeah, I think we're really happy with the interview with Åbo Ondine boat. Thank you.
Thank you, Stefan, and we're back on stage with Måns Håkansson, the meteorologist of Gotland Runt. And everyone here is thinking and looking every forecast. And what can we say about the forecast for the race tomorrow?
Yeah, the forecast talks much about pretty strong winds at the start. We could expect some 15 to 20 knots, mostly from the west or west-northwest. And we could also see gusts up to 25 perhaps knots. But during the race, these conditions will probably prevail during the night. And it seems that when you come into early morning, probably on the outside of Gotland, you will find yourself. Winds are generally going to weaken a little bit. So that's the initial stages of it. The reason for this is that we have a high-pressure system in the south and a low-pressure system in the north, which is sort of battling it out. The low pressure currently passes north of us, and that's why we see the sort of westerly or northwesterly winds developing over the first sort of half day of the race. And beyond or behind this low pressure, when it has passed north of us, we see the high pressure building up. And then everything will change for more calm conditions, a little bit more fluky perhaps, even on the west side of Gotland, depending on where you are in time, of course. And we'll see perhaps winds shifting a little bit more towards southwest. But there could be all sorts of directions in that. But the race as such is mostly about, it seems, at least now, looking at the forecast in the larger perspective, it will be a lot of reaching on a starboard port, mostly on the down, sort of going southwards, and port on the way back home to port.
Thank you for this nice overview of the race. If we focus on the start tomorrow, this west-northwest winds means downwind start, wind from behind?
Yeah. So we will probably see a lot of colorful spinnakers and janakers up.
That's why they're exercising the spinnaker out there, yeah?
Probably, yeah. That's a good idea.
They've written, and here we have some forecast. I think we are on today.
Yeah,
right
this
now?
is today.
Yeah?
This is today. You
Yeah,
can see it
you
from
know
the
it better than me.
you can see it on the wind direction. It's still on the southwest here, as you can see. And also talking about the conditions we are in at the moment, we have a cloud deck above us, which is associated with a frontal zone, a weak one, which will sort of pass, and everything will clear up later tonight. So a little bit more clear skies. And winds will generally, as you can see also in the map here, turn a little bit more towards the westerly and increase.
And the question everyone wants to know, will we have a course record? Is it a fast race or?
I think it can be a pretty fast race. There could
We
be
have
boats that
we have fast boat at least.
we have really quick boats. So I think some of the it depends very much on how they end up in the sort of if they can actually manage to get home before the high pressure system starts to affect things. So of course that has a big impact. But I don't think there will be boats that don't need to use much of the Tuesday for the race, I think.
Yeah, that's nice. We're waiting to see that. I want you to stay up on stage, and we shall welcome up our next guest, our expert Anders Bengtsson. Welcome up on stage.
Thank you very much.
Anders, you have been following the Gotland Runt the last years every minute, and will be here this week during all the daily updates. What are your expectations of this week?
I think it will be quite nice week. I think there is some interesting parts of the race and a couple of interesting boats, both from the front pack to the maybe the smaller boats, and the weather system is like Måns say. Interested in that perspective that it can be beneficial for the smaller boats in the end when the wind turns south. So I think we need to be a bit patient in the end, depending on what's happening. If we look at the front pack, tomorrow they will probably have a fantastic day. But in the end,
when we talk about front pack, do you mean the quick boats or the
quick
slow boats starting first?
The quick boats, because when we get up to the first rounding and going south again, depends a little bit how broad reach the two biggest boats have. Because if we have quite a broad reach, I think the 100-foot Blackjack will be beneficial. If the wind is a little bit more open reach, I mean, then Havsörn and Treo will just fly down to Gotland.
What do you think about it, Måns?
Yeah.
How is the reach tomorrow?
It's a good analysis, of course, by Anders here. I think there will be fairly tight reach, but of course we will see changes to it, and it can vary a little bit. Occasionally it might turn a little bit more with a little bit more of a northerly component, and then we think that these boats will start flying.
Yeah. And the start tomorrow is first one is at 2 o'clock. Then we have 8 starting groups going on until 4 o'clock with the last start. That's news this afternoon that the last starting group is delayed by 15 minutes. So last start at 4 o'clock. And we start the slow one first and the quick ones in the end. How is that for the competitors? The last ones, the quick ones to go zigzag in the field?
I mean, the start is like last year we had an upwind start. It's a little bit easier when you can tack around and come and it goes a little bit slower and you have a bit more control. But it seems like we're gonna have quite a lot of wind tomorrow in the start, and it will be a downwind start as well. So the crews on the boat will have their hands full for the first 2 hours. It's going to be rounding marks and dodging stones and dodging other boats. So there will be quick decisions, and sometimes you have decisions that you can't really foresee, so you just have to do something real quick. And a faster boat, of course, is faster, and they will get up to the slower boats, and then it will be quite cramped. So it's going to be quite interesting to see. But I mean, it's good sailors. I think they will manage to get out quite quickly.
If we focus on these two boats, we have talked about a bit about them, and media have written a lot about them. It's Havsörn and 3. We start with that one? What type of boat is it?
It's an Imoca 60, sailing the Ocean Race and sailing Vendée Globe, and it's built for downwind sailing around the world, basically.
I read somewhere it's the first time that type of boat is in Baltic Sea.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
So and we're very happy that they're here. And I'm it's going to be interesting to see with this weather predictions how fast they will go around. There is a possibility for a record, but
maybe. Mom said maybe.
Yeah, but there is a soft patch in the end. So after when they're on the way home, there will be massive soft patch, and
Hence the maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that will be, I think that will be the crucial part for a record or not.
Yeah. And the other big cool boat, Blackjack. What can we say about that one?
No, that's a quite nice machine. I have actually been sailing around Gotland race before, as a boat called Estimate. So they've been up here before. I think if it's getting lighter and the tighter angles, that will be dangerous as well for the Mokka 60. But there is other boats as well around the fleet that's very interesting. We have a Swedish championship in double-handed. And that's a real nest. I don't really dare to predict anything right now because it depends on the weather systems as well. But that's a nest.
You need to mention one favorite in the double-handed class.
No, but I talked a little bit with the guys on the J121 Jolene, and they've sailed the Fastnet. They've sailed a lot on that boat, and it is a fast boat. But there is also a Boxer, a Pogo 60. Yeah. No, Pogo 36. That's also quite fast. It depends a little bit how much downwind they get. But there is a couple of other boats as well. I mean, we have the X41s. That's in another class, and where we have the youngest skipper.
Yeah.
A girl, Elin Björklund, 18 years old. But they are 4 boats in that, so that's quite nice as well to follow.
Yeah.
I have a little battle as well between the new Aspect 45, Black Lily. That's brand new. A lot of technology on that boat. And we have the Elliot 44 Matador, who is well proven. They have done a lot of races and know the boat from inside out. Really good. So that can be quite something to have a look at, I think. But also, I think the race will be tough in that sense that we got a lot of wind in the beginning, a lot, and it's cold and in a reach and it's wet, and go from tough weather to come around the southern point and get into light wind, to do the mode mentally, to go into light wind sailing. You're tired, you're hungry. A lot of people have not felt well the first 24 hours, so that the energy is gone.
Yes.
And then switch over to get into light wind sailing when you need to be super focused, feel the boat, trim all the time and do everything when you don't have any energy left. That will be mentally tough for the last run. So those boats who can keep that level up will be beneficial.
And you will keep an eye on them during all the daily updates coming on here. Måns, last question in this broadcast. If you should give one recommendation to the sailor, what is the important thing to keep an eye on in the forecast for those days?
I think it might be of importance to look at how close you should be to Gotland on the east side of it.
Yeah.
You want to, of course, run as short a track as possible, but it also depends on, you don't want to get too close to land because the wind is coming from land at that time, and you might be stalled there if you get too close. That is one point. But I will also say managing the shifts that will be during that part of the race, sort of in the middle of the race when you're sort of rounding Hoburgen in the south, and really look out for variability and changes in all these in the fluky conditions we typically expect them before it starts to build up a little bit more from the southwest.
Yeah, thank you for those recommendations, and we will see you tomorrow, and you will also get back tomorrow and give us more information about the forecast. And you can follow the race in all different ways, but we'll give you some recommendations. Of course, you should join us on YouTube. Tomorrow we broadcast the start we begin at 1:30 in the afternoon at KSS's YouTube channel. And then after this race start tomorrow, we have daily updates already tomorrow evening at 6 o'clock, and then every day at 9 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the evening. You can also follow the race at in the Skippo app or at the webpage gotlandrunt.se. And there you can find links to all social medias and different stuff, because we are everywhere this race. But with that, we want to say thank you for joining us today, and also the people here in Sandhamn. And thank you for coming, Anders and Måns. And we will be back tomorrow at 1:30.
Thank you.
Every challenge our professionals face goes into everything Helly Hansen makes.